Brian, what are you doing day to day?
Interestingly enough, I just started the Artist Way about 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. I've started it 5 other times, by the way. But for whatever, this time I was just determined I am determined to get through it. And it's interesting because if you've ever done it, it talks all about synchronicity and how things kind of align. And I literally just, I finished the week of Recovering Your Abundance and look for synchronicity in that. And this commercial that I did that was totally cut and was told, it was done. They said they weren't going to renegotiate. My manager, my agent said, oh, by the way, because I had no idea where my money was coming from. My unemployment was running out. And she goes, oh, just so you know, the last day they could have possibly renegotiated. They renegotiated, and you'll get a check in the mail. I was like, okay, well, that works. And I just finished the chapter on jealousy and how that is all going. And she goes, it's just hard in the book. And I go, I knew exactly what she was going to say. And so it's just interesting. I had it written down. But I'm doing that. I'm writing 2 pilots with 2 other people, but I'm trying to compile stuff now to create a one-man show for myself, because I have to do something on my own. I have to do that at some point. It's time. I've been working with a partner for a long time, or partners, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm auditioning. I'm going to actually audition for Brian and his new wife's show. It's writing part. But, and that was interesting, but it was actually very cool. That's the other thing, it's like the thing about people, doing well at one point or whatever, you can also not only just be happy for them, but at the same time, I know that if I were in that position, I would be calling in as many of my friends as I possibly could. They're going to call their friends and say, I'm calling the sort of collegial sort of things happening, and that's just what's going on. And rather than look at it and go, why is he up there? You go, oh, he's up there, great, and he's going to point lift me up, and then maybe I'll climb a little higher and go, oh, that's my turn to lift you up, and that's just how it works. I'm starting to learn that.
And while we're on the subject of Brian's new wife, his real wife would be interested because he's talking about the new wife as the writing partner. But this is an interesting thing that I also, because another person that I invited to sit up here with us tonight and who couldn't because she was, I think, going to be out of town, had an interesting thing to say. That was Catherine Christensen that couldn't be here tonight, another long-time friend and student. But Brian's wife, Audrey, who some of you know from class, Audrey had this interesting thing of, Audrey's primarily an actress, although creates in other ways as well. And there was a part, as Ryan mentioned, his writing partner Brian went on Scrubs as a writer/producer. And there was a part on Scrubs that was, like really perfect. Audrey could come in, and they had this whole thing about, as everybody does, about, well, I don't want to come in just because I'm the producer's wife. On the other hand, it's an audition. So, she went in, and she happened to make it through the audition and get it, and and she got this wonderful little part of this dying woman, and she was really terrific in this part. But then she had to deal with, did I really earn it? Even though I was good, and everybody said I was good, and did I really? And then I don't want to just trade on that. And on the other hand, and here's my view of that. Trade on anything that comes your way. I don't care what because it's just the nature of it. This is a collegial business. When you're put on a show, you depend on the lighting guy to shine the light, and you clean up the thing, and we get the show done. And anybody who wants to be prima donna, we don't like, and everybody else pitches in and gets the show done. That's what it takes. And if a friend will bring you in, or a husband will get you a thing, or your wife happens to be starring in it, or whatever it is, you do what you do to keep answering the voice. There is no chance that is in any way demeaning, as long as you're honest to the story that you're asked to tell. And it's the same if you come in because of your boobs, or you come in because you're beautiful, or you come in because you're short, or you come in because you're Asian, or there's some reason that you get in that somebody else didn't. Well, there's always some reason that somebody got in and somebody else didn't. You just go in and be. But there are a million ways to seek out the support that you need. in any way, turning to friends, these kinds of things like Artist Way, the groups, the various things that there are, the things we have here, the things that are all over that you turn to, because this particular path needs support. It needs it. And there is nothing wrong with asking it, seeking it out, and then offering it back to those that need it as well, because you can be sure everybody around you needs it too. And sometimes not necessarily the people that you might think. Sometimes the people for whom it looks like things are adding up need it in another way. And that, without that, show business is no fun. It's no good without the, the college of all of us in it, that collegial thing.
Can I say something about
Yes,
jealousy? A couple of things to say about it. I've been lucky enough to be with Sam now as a student for long enough where I'm sort of like, I've found myself through his perspective of art and the industry. And I made a decision at some point, probably when I was 16, and I just didn't have the words to articulate it, but I made the decision to believe in the inevitability of my own unique success, that I was needed for some reason. And I also, so there's that piece of it, because what the other half of this is, has anybody ever worked for Starbucks? I used to work for Starbucks. And they put you through college, and part of what they talk about at Starbucks is they answer why is there a Starbucks on every corner. And what they found is it's because the market is not saturated. They will sell enough coffee even though there's one down the street. So if you book something, then that must mean that there's enough desire for you and me, because I already know that I am needed. It's just not needed in the way that you're needed, or whatever. The market is not saturated, and that's how I sort of help myself with my jealousy. And to tell people I am jealous of you, because I have friends who book commercials and I have a friend with Nick and I have a friend with a McDonald's commercial on right now, and that's in your face a lot, and you could get really jealous and be consumed by that. But I just I made this decision a long time ago that I wasn't going to do that, because there's a success for me and I don't know what it looks like. So why would I spend time being jealous of somebody else's success? Because it makes me think instead, well, I can't wait to see what's going to happen for me. If that's happening for my friends, I can't wait to see what's going to happen for me.
It was an interesting thing, Carmen mentioned coming up with, one of the actresses that she came up with is, genuinely a movie star. And she came to see Carmen in this little thing, and even though it's a big success for Carmen compared to this, it's like ridiculous. And of course, what did the movie star say? I'd give anything to be able to do this. I'm stuck with all these things now. They won't let me off that hook. They keep giving me those same things. I'd give anything to have the chance to truly act. What time's the limousine coming to get you? But there is no level of success that I haven't heard somebody whine about. I know people with 4 Oscars on the mantelpiece, and if only they really knew I could do this. Well, but we all, that's the nature of it. That's the nature of it. That we are not only a little jealous of others, but we're a little jealous of what we're not getting, each of us. And especially in this starting career construction moment that some of you are in, it's like, well, all of this is lovely, except I don't have any of those things. I don't have any of them. Nobody's jealous of me. There's no auditions I'm not getting. I'm not getting any. There's nobody that even knows I exist. But everybody, somebody's jealous of that. But everybody, there's no career that doesn't start, and there's no career that doesn't finish. And it's just how you navigate, just what you said, the ups and downs, and your ups and downs are different than everybody else's ups and downs, but it is how you get from beginning to end, because it will begin somewhere, and it will end somewhere.